No, apparently there's no sound. It's sound now. Who knows? This is all just falling apart. Yeah, let me know if you can hear me, if everything's going well. Right, we've got a penalty here for the Springboks. Whilst I busy get my life in order and try and see if we can get this going again. Can hear, thank you. Right, well, we're going to try and do this. I don't know how well it's going to go, to be honest. But we're going to give it a go and see if we can get through this, which is the last thing I mean, after all the prep and stuff like that, to have these issues literally as the game starts is so typical. But we're going to see what we can do. We're going to see what we can do. We're going to try and persevere. So you've got a penalty here for the Springboks right in front of the pole. So Andre Pollard, in theory, will give the first points of the game. Thanks. No, well, sorry about that. We should have been. We knew that we could hear you earlier, and we had everything sorted, and it was all going very well. And then, in typical fashion, if you even have an internet issue, well, apparently now's the time to have it. But yeah, straight through the middle from Andre Pollard. We'll try and settle in and try and sort of ignore that. So we go up to 3-0. Do the Springboks. Few people watching. Yeah, please do. As I say, I'm apologize if it's going to be a bit dodgy or if it's going to be a bit sketchy. We're having all sorts of issues here. So, but please do try and bear with us. I really do appreciate it. Decent under the restart there from the Springboks. I've actually barely been watched the game because we've been so busy trying to sort this out. Oh, Smitty, I don't have time for you, to be honest, at the moment. After what I've had, I don't know if that's true or not. I haven't watched much. I don't know if you're trying to be inflammatory. Lincoln says, "Hi, mate. Kiwi back here to join the game with you last week. Thank you, y'all. Well, we've had all sorts of issues. We had so many people on here earlier, and we were looking really good, and then the internet went down, so we're back to a very limited audience. Apparently, we're fouling on the floor constantly. I don't know. Like I said, I've been sort of semi-watching, but we're on the board. We're 3-0 up, so that's the main thing. Let me get my clock back and working. So yeah, if you guys can do me a favor and smash the like button, we can try and get as many people back on here as possible. I'd really, really appreciate that. Yeah, I think we've lost a lot of people to everywhere else, which is completely understandable. But so yeah, let's see what we can do here. But at the moment, it's a nice start for South Africa. We're ahead, which is the main thing. I'm going to consume a lot of this. After that stress, yeah, we're going to have to look into a fail-safe in the next week. But yeah, so Dan Bigger now chipping over the top here. Let me try and focus on the game. They had a penalty advantage to the Lions. So Dan Bigger, they're kicking over the top. I think it was offside as the call. Well, I think it's tackled out the ball from the sounds of it. Yeah, so it's Marcus Orma Pimp. You can see that penalty there. I mean, it looks like it's been quite a nice sort of start to the match. It looks like it's been quite physical so far. We had a couple of afters after some penalties. Looks like the intensity is quite there. Looks like both teams are up for it. It's a really nice kick there from Dan Bigger, getting the Lions into the Springbok territory. I think he had down Brandy for all his technical issues. Oh man, I don't even think Brandy would help at this stage. I just maybe just a bottle of tequila or something. It really was literally like 5 minutes before the game, all's going well, and then boom, cheers. So we're working with phone hotspot, which is the least reliable way of going. But Mario Toe just burst off the back of that line out. It's a nice hit on him. Bongi Manambi trying to get over there. So Andre Pollard made the tackle. Lukai and Dickey inside for Marco Vinapola. Dan Bigger now going to the boot. Well, we saw in the paper so somebody has to be good. Yeah, Billy LaRue has fumbled it forward, I think is the call. Lots of calls there from the Lions. So once again, the high ball undoing the Springboks at the moment, which is not what we want to see early on. And that was really well played from Dan Bigger. Just put it in the air and said, well, what's at the end of the day, they're going to have to catch this, try and mark it. And if you're not going to catch it, well, you're either going to knock it on or we're going to win possession back. So yeah, we're going to keep trying to get our normal internet back. So I'm trying to get back to making sure that this is going to be a little less disruptive. But yeah, as I said, if you guys can smash a like and try and get us a couple of people back on the stream, I'd really appreciate it. We've got a scrum on the 5 here, defensive scrum for the Springboks. not even 10 minutes into it, and we've couple penalties, couple of off the ball incidents from the looks of it. But I don't know if we actually had a scrum. Have we had a scrum? I literally haven't watched anything trying to get this back up. So this could be the first scrum as well. So I will learn more about the game as we go. I promise. I'm just catching up. So if you can let me know this is the first scrum, then we can get excited for the first scrum. Da, 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 da. That's a decent hit on the Springboks there. Yeah, Kitsel's got a bit of a dominance. Well, they used it, but it was a nice scrum. The inside ball to Merva. Well tackled by Sia Khaleesi. Nice scrum from the Springboks. Take a lot of confidence from that. Come on, man. I was tackled there. Advantage to the Lions. And I'll go back for the penalty. Number 8, Jasper Visa. It's not a good way to endear yourself to the fan, mate. Conceding a very kickable penalty is not the start we would have wanted. One of the players who's under quite a lot of pressure this week is Jasper Visa. And he's the one that's conceded the penalty. I mean, it's a bit rough. I mean, Luke Dickey pretty much hits his head. He doesn't really have a chance to wrap. But yeah, I suppose there were arms involved. I don't think he really had the chance to wrap. So Dan Bigger will have a chance to try and level things up on about the 10-minute mark. 5 from 6 kicks last week did Dan Bigger, and he got no issues there whatsoever. So 3-3 is called, 10 minutes down. Right, let me just try and reduce anything that might cause technical difficulties. Right, 3-3. Restart goes that deep. It's very comfortable. Makazuma Pippi's won it. That's better. That's better. Factor goes to Steven Kitsoff. Much better from this cross. Nice forward ball here. Now Dede Lindy. What about he's wrapped up. Almost a bit of obstruction there. Factor clear goes a bit sniping. Gets to Lekanya Lekanya bashes into Robbie Henshaw. Round the edge of the 20 to the left-hand side of the field box. Now Branko Mostert. Very nice carry from him. It's available here for the Springboks. There's a bit of space outside. Billy LaRue, a bit of space. P-Step. Colby has to come inside. He's wrapped up by Jack Coney. Needs a bit of help there. The Lions players pile in, but it's well kept by P-Step. The choice is available to Faf Clerk. Wrap around from Pollard. Good line there for Mostert. Well wrapped up by Minute and Alan Jones. But David Lindy up. Faf going to Kitsoff. He's got Lekanya with him. Courtney Law's trying to slow things down. Still available for the box going right to left. Not really gaining a lot of ground here. But going through the phases. It's a big hit on Osmo Herber from Luca and Dickey. Right, Pollard goes to P-Steph Toy. Still not making a lot of yardage here. Messi ball from Pollard, and Imanambi deals very well. Under pressure there was Bongi. Lekanya, he doesn't have a lot of options. He stabs it through, trying to put I think that's Dan Bigger who's there. And so given position back here from the Springboks, not sure the best option. Doesn't have much on Lekanya. Big counter, and it's a penalty. What? I'm confused. I mean, he said you have to release it, except that ruck was going for about half an hour, and then you make a call for release. So that's a bit of a strange call. Yeah, well, very good defensive from the British Lions. Springboks going right, left, right, and not making any yardage whatsoever. So that's really good defense. Right, well, the subscribers went up, which was really good. So I really appreciate people that did subscribe. Hopefully, as I said, hopefully we will be fine for the rest of the game. In fact, it looks like normal internet is back, so we'll just be monitoring that. So yeah, Makazuma and Pipi. So the call is he never released, but it's just strange how he didn't make the call, no advantage or anything like that. Then suddenly all the various players like sort of bundled into the ruck, and then suddenly they say, "All right, cool. Well, now it's not releasing." So a bit of a strange call there from Keith. Got a reset from the lineup here. Right, so we are Lions still inside their own half, and I think it's a bit of a chance gone begging thing for South Africa, having that really good go forward ball, they're not able to do anything with it. Had an opportunity, had a space down the wide, and didn't really manage to use it. I think they sort of encroached on Jason Colby's space. Lions go to Mario Toye, so start down and win, and it's going to be an advantage because France is lying at the base of the mall, so it'll be an advantage for the British Lions. And Steph Toy now at the ruck. That's another penalty. It's back-to-back penalties here from the line. The Springbok discipline costing them a little bit. You see, tries to make the sack, misses it, and then unfortunately, eventually collapses it. So it's definitely a penalty. Now that the Lions right on in the 22. Right, we're going to try and improve the quality here. We're going to switch back to our essence, see if it works, which should improve any quality issues, which I'm sure we're probably having. As the Lions, it's a good line win. Conan there, brought down by Lendi. Dan Bigger chipping off to the right. Yomara Toja out there. He wrapped up by Faf to gets inside ball to Robbie Henshaw. A little bit isolated. A big hit on Venipola from Jasper Visa. Advantage offside. Oh, come on, man. We'll go back for a penalty. So Springbok discipline just not going well at the moment at all. Right, well, so we're over 106. So thank you to everybody who's come back, or if you're here for the first time. I said we had lots of technical difficulties earlier, and we look like we're back. Touch wood, we're back. We have to work a bit of a contingency plan, but we should be fine for moving forward. So welcome. I said if you could really do me a favor and smash that like button, that would really help try and get a lot of people back on the stream. Thank you for staying patient if you have. But let's see if we can keep this going. Alvin, I can barely hear you and choose buffering heavy. I'm gonna hold on her like the Springbok machine. Appreciate the Steve. Well, I think we've switched over back to normal Wi-Fi, so I think that we should hopefully be back to normal. I'm hoping. Let me know. Please let me know if there are any issues and stuff like that. Give me a shout. But we're gonna keep going here. Yeah, really. I'm hoping that we've sorted it out, and I'm hoping it'll get a little bit better. But if it doesn't, let me know, and I'll keep trying. I think it's just been one of those days, isn't it? It's a bit like Springbok discipline at the moment. Okay, so the Lions are now in front. They've just gone 3-3. It was 3-3, now it's gone 6-3. Okay, Grant Swaz, welcome back. Steven does look like a giant pixel, though. Englishman watching Calgary having difficulty viewing the slow 3-3 so far. Yeah, it's 6-3 now. I think I'm hopefully we should be back in pretty much full HD. A long way that can continue. So let me know. Yeah, as I said, please do let me know if there are any issues with the sheet or stuff like that, because obviously I'm not watching it, so I don't get to sort of see exactly what's happening. But anyway, so they've gone deep now to Billy LaRue, who's on their counter attack here. 3-6 is the score. British and Irish Lions leading. Now going back to Pollard in the pocket. He slips on his kick there. So Michael Zulumapimpi's got some work to do here. Very good under the high ball is Stuart Hogg. It's a nice sit-in from Sia Khaleesi. Bit of a counter-rack coming through there from the Springboks. And Conor Murray under a bit of pressure. And that's a penalty one. Thank you very much. Much, much better there from the box. Second discipline issue. From what I've sort of seen, yeah, a little bit to a certain degree. It seems to be back. Awesome stuff. Brilliant, brilliant. Well, long may that continue. Thank you so much. As I said, for everybody who's stuck around, I really do appreciate it. So we won a penalty. We're going to take 3 points. I'm just going to try and relax after the stress. But that was really good. That was a nice kick there. It was a good chase from Mapimpi. He kind of got blocked from hitting Stuart Hogg, but Sia Khaleesi was there. It's big tackle. Damien Lendi, Lacanya, big counter ruck, winning the penalty. So that's much better. That's how you can use a kicking game better. You know, put them under pressure, big counter ruck, and we move. Honey Nell says, "Why are we making so much mistakes?" I think when you look at the penalties they made, probably a little bit over eager. Andre Pollard, you can't miss those. He missed those last week. You can't miss those. That's really, really frustrating. And given the fact we don't have another blooming kicker, I mean, it's a brilliant penalty one. I mean, Damien Lendi and Sia Khaleesi making all that pressure at the breakdown, as was Evan Etzebeth. You win the penalty then, and Pollard goes and says, "You know what? I actually don't feel like taking the bloody points." I could swear. I tell you. So it'll remain at 6-3. That's Pavisa under the high ball there. Between both, he's got his knees on the ground, ref. And we've lost the ball forward. That really pisses me off when the guy's on his knees and they keep saying, "No, the ball is up." What do you mean the ball is up? So British and Irish Lions are 1 possession back on the halfway line here. It's really, really frustrating, that. Conor Murray at the back. Goes over the top. It's a well-weighted. So you have to try and put in a bit of a blocker. It's one back by Joan van der Merwe on the ground. I don't know if it came off a Lions player. If it was, he was in an offside position. But bottom line is British and Irish Lions have got possession back. They're on the 10-meter line of the Springboks. Tad Furlong. Now Dan Bigger back in the pocket. Now he goes high. So you can see the high ball tactic every time. Billy, once again, it spills clean. It's cleaned up by Andre Pollard, and they're all over that ball, the British and Irish Lions. What do you mean? I don't understand balls up. How can it be a more or anything like that? What is that call? I thought that was going to be a penalty for the British and Irish Lions. So Andre Pollard on the ground, you have 2 Lions players all over the ball, and then he's Benno Keefer saying balls up. I don't know if he's trying to say balls out, but it wasn't out, so I'm assuming it was balls up. And then he blows for a scrum for South Africa. So I don't really understand that call, to be honest. So yeah, it's a bit weird. Franco Mostert was there, so it was a ruck. I think it's a bit of a strange call. Maybe I need to go and brush up my laws, but I think even the commentators seem to be saying it's a bit of a strange call. So, yeah, Pollard under pressure, that's poor. It is very poor. Honey Anal says, "I can't believe it's so disappointing. We don't learn from our mistakes." Yeah, look, I mean, it's early days to a certain degree at the moment. So let's oh my goodness. Well, P. Steph the Toy has just walked off, and Kwaka Smith is on. That's probably one of the worst players we could lose. And he's not going for an HIA, he's off. I think that's a shoulder or something. So Kwaka Smith, well, we're going to need a big effort now. We will resume with a scrum on the 22 towards the middle of the park. But P. Steph the Toy's day is over, and look, by the looks of that injury, he's sitting down on the verge of tears. Is P. Steph the Toy? I think that's his tour over. Right, so Kwaka Smith, come with the man, chap. We're gonna need a big one from you. Lots of spillages under pressure. Penalty at ruck. What SA scrum? Yeah, I didn't understand what the what this call is. I thought it was leaning towards a British and Irish Lions penalty. Then I realized that Franco Mostert was there and it technically should have been a ruck. So I'm not quite sure why they were allowed to have hands in. Either it's holding on or they have to release. So then to call a scrum was a strange call. But anyway, looking for a strange day apparently. So Kwaka Smith on flank. No piece at the toy, so former World Player of the Year. It's a decent scrum. It's a penalty advantage for South Africa. Faf breaks down the blind side and kicks ahead. We'll go back for the penalty. Much better stuff. The scrums have looked a little better today. I think Frans Maheba, Steven Kitsoff, they're doing the right things to redeem themselves. Please, as I said, please do smash a like on the video. Yeah, I think we lost a lot of people to other channels, which is yeah, a little bit frustrating, but one of those things we're going to have to deal with. But yeah, if you can keep smashing that like button, if you can, if you know anybody that usually jumps on and watches, you can tell them we're back up. And let's hopefully see if we can get some more people on here. But almost up to 200, so not doing too badly. Paul Smith says, famous last words, but this game is set up for Gatlin's playing style. Here, going to be a fractious game, this. Yeah, very. And you can see it's very in your face. Big celebrations there from the box after that penalty. The Football Talk says, where do you make your scoreboards and setup? I do a lot of it myself. I bring in some people for some of the other things, stuff like that. Some of it I do myself. Decent line win there. David Lindy, wrapping around in Pollard. And it goes to nobody. So Chesson Colby will have to clean up. Pollard's struggling at the moment. It's not, really, why are you kicking that? Just give us possession straight back. That's so stupid. Oh, we had an advantage. That's why. Okay, we're going to penalty here. That's a bit better. Chesson Colby's down, clutching his head. We're having a talk about this. So I don't know what's going on. And we can't hear what the referee's actually saying. Okay, so we're going to go check something. I don't know if it's foul play, but Chesson Colby's down in a heap. We've got a penalty to do South Africa. What app is it? It's Photoshop. It's all done in Photoshop. Okay, so looking at possible foul play is the call. So they reckon it's a yellow. Come on! Come on! So Colby goes for it. And he gets kicked on the ankle by Duan van der Merwe. So they're saying it's a trip. Yeah, it's a yellow card. Duan van der Merwe kicking him. Oh, yeah. I mean, you can see. I mean, you could argue he's going for the ball, but I mean, the ball goes away quite quickly. Okay, so Dylan van der Merwe is going to go to the bin. Now, ironically, I don't think that's as hectic as bad as Hamish Watson last week, but it is. I mean, I suppose it is foul play to a certain degree. I mean, the question you got to ask is, did he have a legitimate chance of trying to kick that ball, or was he going for the ankle? So they're saying it was nowhere near the ball. I suppose it is about half a yard. Dylan van der Merwe. I mean, look, your footy skills hasn't quite caught up there. So we've got a yellow card for the British and Irish Lions, and Andre Pollard, I think, will probably kick this towards the corner. Chesson Colby still down, which doesn't look good at all. So I'm going to get a yellow card up for the British and Irish Lions in the meantime. There, so we've got a yellow card for the British and Irish Lions. So they'll be down to 14 men. So Paul Smith says the background and setup looks good. Needs a little less green though. There's not that much green. It's just me, come now. You have to pay every month, right? Yeah. So Photoshop, it's actually very expensive to be honest. Unfortunately, but it's very powerful software. That's not good. Yellow. Yeah, I think a yellow is I'm trying to sort of see it in real time. So we're looking at P-Steph the toy. So he landed awkwardly on a big hit from Duan van der Merwe. You can see a couple of people getting involved there. So Duan van der Merwe is definitely not making any friends in the South African setup. And I think that's P-Steph the Toy's tour over, to be honest. When you land like that, you walk off like that, that's not going to be something that you can recover in a week, unfortunately. So That's a really, really, really big person to lose from the Springboks. But speaking of losing, the British Irish Lions are down to 14. So Pollard will be able to kick this into touch and can have a go here. Big 10 minutes coming up. Can Springboks capitalize? We have to capitalize. You can't go down to 40 men and not score some points. Now's the time. Hit them when they're down. Pollard needs to step up as well because that whole thing came from and that's not straight. It was the reset. Okay, it's a reset. Grant Swart says that's a yellow even in football. Yeah, I think the more you look at it, the more you didn't have any chance of actually kicking the ball. So you can't go and kick the guy's ankles. Sven Quacker to Wales, we don't want him. Brilliant for the Barbarians. And you see, that's the funny thing. It's so funny when you watch players get absolutely slated by like the South African public, and all the overseas players are sitting there saying, well, we would take him. We are my living, and we've lost the line out. So after all that, we lose the line out. I mean, that's what Bongi Manambi is there to do. So the Lions have contested and won that, and that's a big, big, big mistake from the Springboks. You are now going to lose at least 2 or 3 minutes of having that 14-man advantage. But Conor Murray is shaping up for the box kick. Going for distance. And it's straight down Cheslin Colby's throat. Right, now what do? He goes to Pollard. Pollard hoists it. He's gotten very close to the touchline there. Oh, and that's going to be a penalty. Yeah, and Ben Curry's, of course, going to have to get a load of work. Ben Curry's a bit of a nasty piece of work, to be honest. And Stuart Hogg's not having a go at Billy LaRue. Well, the tensions are boiling over. Fists are flying. This is test match rugby at its best. And I don't actually think there's any need for this, to be honest. We've got Etzebeth versus Itoje. Both smiling at each other. Bit of a grudge match there. Oh, this game has to go to a third one. You can see the aggression here. You can see the tension in the air. It's palpable. So we need to take this to a third test. So Conor Murray's down. He went up. I don't think Cheslin Colby. It'll probably be a penalty, but I don't think it's anything more than Cheslin Colby, who just gets it wrong. He hasn't taken him out in the air intentionally. Better keep having a laugh. I'm not sure I'll be having a laugh if I was you. I mean, I would have been shitting bricks before the game about having to ref this. And now with all this going on here, you've got fights, you've got somebody taken out in the air, you've really got a yellow card. Paul Smith says Curry can be overly aggressive. He looks overpumped. Yeah, I mean, it's a bit like Etzebeth, when he's on your team, you kind of take it on the chin and stuff like that, but you just know they're not particularly nice. They're very confrontational. So some people like that. I think, sometimes it's a little bit uncalled for. I reckon it's going to be a red card. I don't think so. You know what it is? I've always found the playing in the air quite difficult, because one of those things where if you go up in the air and somebody else chooses not to go up in the air, then it becomes your responsibility to put them down safely, which I've always thought is a bit of a strange interpretation as far as I'm concerned. If I was doing the laws, I would sort of sit there saying, well, if you're going into the air, that's CC. Eyes on the ball. There's nothing in that. Look where his eyes are. That's always the thing for me. So I reckon this is a penalty. They might go yellow card. If this is a red card, I'm writing. You've got his eyes on the ball every single step of the way. And we've seen reds for this, but it pisses me off when we see reds for this. I think this is a rugby incident. You see, his eyes are there. He's never ever looking at the player here. So Conor Murray goes into the air, collides with Cheslin Colby, lands on his feet, and then sort of goes face first. I'm very interested to see what this could be a massive call. If they go red card here, Ben O'Keefe, book yourself a flight out in the morning, because you're not going to make it anywhere around this country. Okay, well apparently they've got a decision on that. If that's a red card, I'm going to be pissed off. I just think it's so frustrating when a player's going for the ball and you see now Jack Conan and Mario Toja go get in the face, they push him. Oh, Dan Bigger's down. Oh no. Well, Dan Bigger, that's a bit of a dive there, chap. I mean, Bongi Benambi is running towards the guys trying to get involved, and he collides into Dan Bigger, who then collapses in a bit of a heap. He then stands up and goes to the referee. So Dan Bigger, after all the talk about the fact that Colby was trying to buy a penalty last week, to go down the heap like that from Bigger is a bit poor. Then I'm looking at the incident. I don't think there's much in here. There's just a lot of handbags. Not much involved, to be honest. So you can see he goes down immediately. Tom Curry go and surround Ches and Colby. I think Curry has something to say. Sort of almost threatens to sort of near. Almost looks like he tries to walk towards him. Then Itoje pushes him off, which Colby doesn't appreciate. Then Colby shoves Curry, who then shoves him back. Then Vidaru. Bongi then comes involved, pushes Dan Bigger in the way. Yeah, you can see Curry almost feigning, trying to hit something, and then pushes off Colby. He doesn't appreciate that. But yeah, I mean, you got to look at Dan Bigger there. And I mean, Bongi basically shoves him aside as he's trying to get involved, and Bigger collapses on a heap, holds his back, and then gets up about 10 seconds later and goes and talks to the ref. I think that's a bit poor from him. Right, what's going to be the call here? Okay, so it's a yellow card, Ches and Colby, which I think is the most it could have been. As I said, if that was a red card, I would be really pissed off. Because the laws around jumping really frustrate me because you now have to jump to be competitive. If you don't jump and challenge in the air, you get penalized. So I never understand the call that you are forced to put yourself in danger. You are forced to jump in the air where you can get taken out and land awkwardly. So those are the rules. So according to the letter of the law, it is a yellow card. But as I said, I think it frustrates me that the laws encourage you that you have to go in the air to be competitive. You literally cannot contend for a high ball on the letter of the law says red. No, it doesn't. He literally explained it and said he doesn't go past the horizontal. So, I mean, he literally explained the law. So you can moan about a red all you can like. It's not a red card. Eyes on the ball every single step of the way. Never takes him out. Never plays him in the air. Oh, dude, you're just a pain in the ass here. I mean, really, if you're going to sit here and come here and just try and chuck in inflammatory comments. You've got 2 yellow cards. I think they're both probably deserved. The afters and stuff like that are not much looking at. I think that Dan Bigger will be a bit embarrassed to watch that in the morning. But it's a more here for the British and Irish Lions. And the Springboks have had their chance, not taking opportunities. Now it's 14 against 14, so it's pretty much level playing field. It's a massive counter more there from the box. That's very, very good defense because they were marching with the British and Irish Lions, but it's a big hit back from the box. So it's a breakaway. The tackles are made, so it's available. Alan Jones. Now the test for Pollard, who marks it. That's better. Now you see, he didn't go in the air. If Pollard had gone in the air there and been taken out, then it could also been a yellow card. Yeah, so I see all the UK audience are demanding a red card. I mean, if that's what it takes, I suppose then you need that. Yeah, I mean, I think if you start handing red cards every single time somebody goes in the air, it's a very, very slippery slope. It is such a slippery slope. It literally means that if you decide not to jump, you can't get away with anything than a red card. I mean, he landed awkwardly, but what do you that's what I'm saying. So in that instance, so now Colby has to go in the air. He now has to jump into the air. If he doesn't jump in the air, He can't get away with anything. So if he doesn't jump in the air, it's a red card. That's basically what the implication is here, which I really don't like. And a red card a red card in the 25th minute. That's going to be. That just makes for a horrible game. So I'll get a clock going again here. British and Irish Lions are on the attack here. The Boks under a lot of pressure, and Curry's left that behind. He's a little bit isolated. A couple of Boks players going in there, but it is available for the Lions. Watson goes to the short side. Walter wrapped up by Lekanya. Courtney Laws now. Bigger goes himself. They've gone over the top to Stuart Hogg. He chips ahead. It bounces just. Is it bounced in touch or was it bounced on the full? So it'll be a South African line. I think Stuart Hogg's chip over the top going into touch. Noctelli says, why would you want a red card? You not like this game? 100%. Let them play. We want to see play, not refs and TMOs. Let them play in game flow. Grant Swart says, well done, ref. That was handled sensibly. I think it was the right call at the end. I think it, as I said, it becomes such a slippery slope. If as soon as somebody goes up in the air and you don't, it's a red card if you want to try and go for it. His eyes were never on the player, always on the ball. And there is a collision, but it's rugby. There will be collisions. To try and equate that to somebody who picks up somebody and dumps them, or you think of red card offences, shoulder charges to the head. Some good slick handling here from the Lions. They're going to the wide to Stuart Hogg, who then almost fumbles it. Springboks need to be nice and composed here. Ooh, Quagga Smith trying to rip the ball off Alan Jones. And it's knocked on. That's better. So the South Africa under the pump a little bit, and I think that's Quagga Smith who's forced to knock on. That's what we want to see from him. We need a big game here from Quagga. Kom Quagga. Okay, I think time is off. Yeah. So 2 lineouts lost by Springboks, which is very, very uncharacteristic. So we wouldn't be surprised if we see Luat Diago quite early in the next half, who is a bit of a lineout specialist, just by virtue of being so bloody big. Honey Null says, but we need points. 100% we need points. Noctel says, yellow apiece keeps interesting best situation from entertainment point of view, really. Whereas Jasper, he's on the field. His piece sets toy off for HIA or worse. It's worse. He's done. I think it's the shoulder he's done. So he's done for. I reckon he's done for the tour. Lineouts are a problem. Scrums are going better though. Yeah, 100%. Oh, dude, Smitty, we've talked about, dude. If you're really that bleak, then go and send a formal email. Colby should have been sent off twice. What do you mean should have been sent off twice? What are you on about? When was the first time? I don't know what the stoppage done. I don't know if we've got somebody who's down or something. Yeah, it's just water and stuff like that. So Rusty giving some messages. He's got a water bottle in hand as the man. Yeah, as Grant Swart, something is very wrong with the lineouts. Yeah, it's a bit of an issue there, which is strange because it's an area which we should be quite good with Franco Mostert, Evan Etzebeth, as well as then Luat Diago when he comes on. And Bongi Benambi is a set piece specialist. That's what he does. It's what gets him ahead of Malcolm Markham, anyways. So we need to try and sort that out quickly. Look, we're still very close here this game. For all that, I think the Springboks have been under a lot of pressure. Just a 3-point game, and it can switch very easily. Right, going off to the right here. Lekanya up behind Stuart Hogg there. Makazole Mapimpi chasing. He's brought down by Lekanya Mapimpi and Damien Dealindi there. And it's a penalty to the Springboks. I got to have it away there. Ah, dear. But that's again the Kanya and Makazole Mapimpi, big chase. Yeah, having a couple of words. It's a good counter ruck, and that's actually the second time we've seen a little chip over the top, a nice kick chase, and then lots of pressure at the breakdown. So that's a big moment. Unfortunately, apparently we can't go to Pollard because Pollard left his kicking boots back in bloody Victoria. You're going to go for the points, and Pollard, if you miss this, I'm going to lose my shit. So 6 penalties conceded apiece. And how do you know? You got a very good point. I mean, he's saying the game feels like it's been on for a long time. Well, to be fair, kickoff was 6 o'clock, and we're 50 minutes later and only half an hour down. So it has been an incredibly long half. But yeah, we're well over 200 people, so thank you to everybody who's come back after a bit of some technical issues at the beginning of the game. We're sitting on 3,451 subscribers, so we're 49 away from 3,500, which would be amazing. I never even thought we'd get up to 4,000 this tournament. I mean, 3,000 this tournament. So the fact that we're closing in on 3.5 is really, really cool. So if you haven't already, please do subscribe to the channel. Smash like on the video. The more likes we get, the more people we can try and get on here. Andre Pollard from the right-hand side. That looks better. That's down in the middle. That's the Andre we know. 6 points apiece. Levels. Games even. Ches and Colby can barely watch. You can see him and Gio Vandermeer are absolutely shattered with the fact that they've been sent off. But yeah, it's a good tackle by Lekanya. I'm a Pimpy and Damon Dealindi. I'm a Pimpy over the ball immediately. Fighting for it, winning the penalty. Really, really good stuff there for Makazole. They go deep to the lines. Jasper Visa underneath it. Riding the hit there nicely. Now this needs to be a nice good exit here from Faf. I think he's going to go to a pod actually here. Yeah, he's going to get a kits off. He's got Etzebeth and Khaleesi. Faf rubbing his arm. I don't know if that's a call or something. Oh, that's gone straight up from Faf to Clerk. That's not a particularly good kick. But it's been taken by Mapimpi. Almost sort of managed to get it in, but that's a horrible kick from Faf de Klerk. He's put us under all sorts of pressure. He's just gifted the Lions a line out on just outside the 22. Horrendous. Well, they were taking it quickly to Henshaw and Damien Dealindi almost intercepting it, but the Lions have won it. Now Conan. Mara going to Tojo. Tojo going himself. Kits up all over it. Gets taken off. Now it goes to Tug Furlong. Pumping it. Pumping those big legs of his. Makazole, and after all of that. And Makazole Pimpy has just now conceded a penalty. So you've just got us back in the game with those 3 points. And now you concede a penalty for being off the feeders at the breakdown. So that's very, very frustrating. That's very frustrating. They go over the line here, do the Lions. That's a big call. So Dion van der Merwe is back on the field. So I don't know if that's why. So Pimpy penalized for being off feet at the breakdown. Pimpy showing us class. Yeah, well, from 0 to 0, unfortunately, with that one. But very important kick from Pollard, 100%. Baron says, thank you for the platform. Really great work. Thank you so much. As Honey now says, could have been 9-6. Feels like we have played an hour already with all the drama. We almost have been going for it. It's almost been an hour since kickoff. So, I mean, it literally has it. But here we go. So they go to the back. There's Luke and Dickey. And it's been stolen by Franco Master. Evan Etzebeth there to clean up. Itoje rips him back there. So it will be a scrum to the British and Irish Lions. But it's won by Franco Master. It's a really good line-out win. And Itoje all over Evan Etzebeth. Oh, that's a nice moment. A couple of Lions players helping the box to their feet. But it'll be a scrum, not a line-out, which with 40, with a man overlap is not a great result. But the one thing is that the Springbok scrum has been pretty good. So if they can try and get a tight edge here or try and win a penalty, that would be a massive, massive victory. Really good line-out win here by Master, getting in front of Courtney Laws. And it was Evan Etzebeth under pressure. And he told it as well to wrap up the ball as well. So Etzebeth he probably could have popped the ball if you really wanted to. Honey, that's the comment in the box. Why are we doing this? Hey, it's Test match rugby. Test match rugby. Johanna says, Fat from Paul needs to get better. Agreed. Go for it, Lions. Well, here we go. Scrum down on the 5 meter. It's a Lions put in. It'll be the last move for Ches and Colby's back. The Duan van der Merwe is on. So there is a man advantage. And jokes aside, I'd be interested to see where they put Khaleesi's on the right-hand side. I almost would have been tempted to put Kwaka Smith on the other side. There we go for the scrum. That's a big scrum from South Africa. But it's available. They're going down the blind side. Conor Murray, that's a big hit from Faf de Klerk. Huge hit, and they were all over that. We're all over that, ref. Ref, surely. Surely. Oh, I thought that was a penalty. Now Bongi's over that. Surely, ref. Now he's had to release. Well, there's no scrum off at the moment for Lions after that big hit from Curry from Faf de Klerk. Nice hit there on Jasper Wiese. Still no scrum off, so we're going to continue picking and driving here are the Lions. Not getting a lot of gain line advantage here. It's been some nice defense from the box. Still no scrum off. Now we've got an advantage. I think it's Faf de Klerk. I think he said 9. Right, there he's back as Conor Murray chips over the top. Henshaw, it's over, and he's got grounding, I think. Well, Vinny LaRue reckons there's a knock-on here. Henshaw thinks he's over here. Chip over the top, and he did win it, but there was a lot of players over there, so I'm not sure he's got grounding. The Lions are over here, but where they've had grounding. If not, they'll go back for a penalty. I think they're going to go check the Faf de Klerk tackle as well on Conor Murray. I think it was just a big hit. But I mean, this half's going to take more than an hour to play. Okay. Okay, so the on-field decision is no try. Benakif, Renzi, Cena go forward. Okay, so we've got a penalty advantage at the moment for Bongi Manambi. No arms tackle. So if there's nothing else, that's what we'll go back for. The decision is no try on field. So Henshaw takes this, but then it's Dalendi, Steer Khaleesi, and Lukhanyo Amo. We wrap him up. And the ball, yeah, he loses the ball. There's no. I don't think you can overturn that. So I don't think there's a try. Yeah, so Khaleesi, it's on there. He doesn't have grounding, and then the ball pops up. Very, very good work from Lukhanyo Khaleesi, and I think it's Dalendi as well. I don't think there's any grounding there. You can't see any grounding. So Khaleesi, Dalendi wrap him up. Lukhanyo Arms on the other side. And there's an arm underneath it. And then it pops underneath it. I don't think they could award this. There's no conclusive evidence that is a try. So I think we'll probably go back for the penalty. We need to go and check the Faf incident. This is really good work from Steer Khaleesi. You can see he gets an arm underneath there as well. Yeah. Yeah. Well done, Sia. Well, we hope the box hang on. It won't be a try. It will be a penalty. So interesting to see if they go for the 3 points. But the box are back to a full contingent. Rassi there having some good chats with Sia and Pollard is 2 captains on the field. That's brilliant defense, by the way. I mean, he literally caught that over the line and just couldn't bundle it over. So now we're going to go look at the Faf thing. Nah, he hits him over here. It's a big hit from Faf, but I don't think it's high. No try. Yep. Okay, so we'll go back for the penalty against Bongi Manambi. That's nice defense by the box. Really, really good stuff over in the work there. Frustrating to give away a penalty like that from Bongi. And to be honest, I think if they take the 3 points, that would be... Yeah, it's just poor from Bongi. There's no need to do that whatsoever. The tackle's already being made, so I think he's trying to make a big hit there, but goes pretty low, and there's no really attempt to wrap. So what will the Lions do? Yeah, they have a shot at goal. That's fine. That's fine. We'll actually take that. I think that's actually a really good result. So we went down. We were actually down to 14 against 15. Then we've conceded 3 points. So that's not a bad result. Still a three-point game. 6 points to 9. Well, hopefully, is the current score. We can try and get ourselves back into Lions territory. But that's decent defense by the Boks. And I think as I said, it's a decent net result. Please do smash a like on the video. Let's try and see if we can get over 300 people up here. I reckon we could have been double that if I hadn't had technical issues. Colby's back on the field. They go to the right-hand side. It's again quite competitive. Toja goes up. It's a bit trying to go through there. Use it once is the call. I think Etzebeth's got hands on here. Yeah, he's turned it over. Etzebeth, come on. Oh, penalty, what? Oh, Etzebeth, you absolute idiot. So he was fine. He was through. He had hands on the ball, and then he tried to pull it down. So after doing all the good work, if he had just held on to it, it would have been a turnover ball. And then Etzebeth decides to try and then bring it down. So it's a penalty to the Lions. That's really frustrating because he had done all the hard jobs at Evan Etzebeth. He was going to win a... well, they haven't found touch. They haven't found touch as Dan Bigger. So Villaroo goes up. Pollard's chasing. It's a good take out the air from Robbie Henshaw. Now Conor Murray is asking for a pilot on Alaman Jones. Runs into Jasper Visa. It's a nice hit on him. So I'll go to the comments in a little bit when we've got a bit of break and play. Conor Murray over the top there. Villy LaRue underneath it. Oh, it's been knocked forward, I think, from Johan van der Merwe. So it's Andre Pollard is cleaning up. Gets the pass away from Quagga Smith. He's under a lot of pressure, so we'll go back for the knock-on from Johan van der Merwe. Look, the high ball's definitely not being dealt well with by South Africa at the moment. I think the Lions definitely have a good avenue in that now, and they'll just keep doing that all game. It's not forward by Johan van der Merwe. So let's go to some of the comments. Paul Smith says, good defense up from the Boks. Nocta Tully says, communication boys, talk. Honey Nelson, you need to get to their half. We need 3 points here, I think. I think we being the Lions there from Paul Smith, if I'm not mistaken. Second half, we need to go absolutely beast mode. We've got a bit of a bomb squad, so hopefully that's the intended effect. And Paul says, get to half-time with the lead Lions, pace and energy, second half may win this. Will SM make big changes again at half-time? I don't think so. I think the fact that we've already kind of nullified the bomb squad by having to put on Quagga Smith already, so I don't think we'll go changes at half-time. I'm thinking we'll probably go more at sort of 50 minutes for that last half an hour. But this is a nice opportunity. With just over a minute to go, the scrums have been pretty good from the Springboks. So if you can win a penalty here, kick it downfield, try and get a rolling maul going, try and win a penalty, and maybe try and level things at halftime. I'll take 9-6 at halftime, though. It's very much a game in the balance. Initially, very good shove there from the Lions, and it's going to be a reset here. Looked like Ty Furlong was steaming down the right. So big pressure under the box there. The initial hit was pretty good, but then it starts coming in here from the Lions. And you can see that Frans Malherbe and Vinopola are both on the floor. But, I mean, there was no stability whatsoever. You can see Bongi Manambi's like facing like a 45-degree angle as the scrum starts. So it will be a reset. Still a South Africa puts in. Da, 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 da. Baron says we need to hold I'm shooting the ball a bit more. It's a much better scrum there. They use it to the Springboks. Demi Delinde goes himself, runs into Dan Bigger. It's a nice carry from him, makes a few yards. The Hooter is gone. So, that almost like a no-one tackle from Lukau and Dickey. Faf going out. So the Boks will take their 3-point deficit. They've kicked it out. They'll go into half-time. So the half-time score down in Cape Town is 9 points to 6 in favor of the British and Irish Lions. We had major technical difficulties, so it's really, really cool that we're back up to almost 300 viewers. So thank you so much for the people who stayed patient with us. Apologies about that. I think we touched wood. I think we're okay. So yeah. Paul Smith said would love to see some attacking flow in rugby second half and less of the ref and TMO. Yeah, I don't think we will. I think they will keep sort of kicking it. I think they will keep going with that game plan. I mean, if something's not broken, don't fix it. But an interesting half, a very interesting half. 2 yellow cards, which didn't help either cause, but they kind of nullified each other because they were at the same time. So let's go have a look at some of the stats and sort of see where we're at. Right, so the stats from the first half. Obviously, all points came from the boots of Pollard and Dan Biggar. It could have been 9-9. Pollard missing an opportunity, which I think he probably should have gotten. And you can't be missing penalties like that at this level. You know, it's he redeemed himself with his third attempt. But yeah, and generally, I mean, you can't be leaving 3 points out there. So yeah, I mean, a lot of controversy there. Some people saying that should have been a red card. I think it's a right call. I think that it would have been a very harsh red card. I think, you know, to try and equate that to some of the red card offenses, it would be quite rough. Let me know what you think in the comments. But in terms of the stats from the first half, right? So possession has been 60% for the Lions, 40% for South Africa. That most of that coming towards the end of the first half. Possession 61% to 39%, 3 penalties to 2. Springboks have run more meters, but the Lions have beaten more defenders with 6 and a clean break. There have been more gain on carries from the Lions, as well as more passes, more offloads from the box, 2 turnovers, 1 from the box compared to the 1 of the Lions. Kicks from hand 15 to 19, so actually a lot more kicking from the Lions than we last year. Tackles made 90 by the box 84 of 90 at a 93% tackle success rate, and the British and Irish Lions have not missed a tackle the entire game. That is what Test match rugby is. You know, it's just relentless. Ruck success 100% for South Africa, 95% for the Lions. Line-out success has not been good for South Africa. They've won only 2 of the 4 line-outs. The British and Irish Lions have won 6 of 7. Scrums have been pretty even, 100% either, but I think that, you know, the South Africans probably had the most joy at the scrums. And the penalties conceded 12 by South Africa, 8 by the British and Irish Lions, 6 in our own half, 7 in the British and Irish Lions conceded 7 in their half, a yellow card a piece. So pretty even mostly. You know, I mean, British and Irish Lions dominating the tackle stats as well as the possession stats, but no tries to speak of. Very good defenses. I mean, 93 and 100%. Those are 2 very good defenses. So that's why we haven't seen any tries. It's been a good game. Maybe not quite as flowing as we want, but it's just Test match rugby. It's been brute force. It's been brutal. It's been very it's been quite aggressive. It's been quite confrontational, I think is a good word. We'll be interested to see how we go in the second half. Kenny says, I saw your early post about your contract signing. Perhaps you could have had a grease code or something more fancy than what you used. Well, maybe when we'll know more about what I was signing yesterday. Hopefully next weekend, or if not on the 9th of August, is when we are scheduled to go. And we'll talk about that. But yeah, I mean, really, really exciting that we've got a brand on board with the channel, which should be quite fun. It's very, very cool and a very, very fun brand. So I'm really excited to share that with you guys. But maybe when we sign the next one, we'll give ourselves maybe we can do a press conference. Brendan Bowman says, so nervous, feel like I'm going to be sick. Come on, boys. TDS Gaming says, I think we need to go back to our kicking game. Fani Nokia says, must be a card for lifting Peter Steph to toy. There's interesting, nobody really mentioned that. It was, I mean, it's a bit of a strange one when he was sort of dumped. You can't lie, this is some really good Test match rugby, 100%. Albert van Lingen says, Peter Steph to toy, oh man, that hurts. And Paul Smith says the BBC coverage online is about 2 to 3 minutes behind. Dearing me, next 15 minutes are crucial. Halftime changes. I can see a breakaway try from somebody. I want to win, but then match 3 is a nothing match. Dilemma. And I think we all, I mean, there must be a certain amount of in the British and Irish Lions. Obviously, you're going to take the 2-0, but it would be so exciting to see a test final next weekend. I mean, if this goes to the third test, all or nothing, and I think it has been really close. In both games, it was quite close. that I think it deserves that third game. 12 years in the making, to go to the last game. It's exactly what we would like to see. Final Kia says we have to try to take them back to put them on the back foot. Yeah, I think we probably need. I mean, having said, it's been very aggressive from both sides. It's you can see some big hits are coming in. Sorry, my water bottle's just falling off. I'm just going to grab that. Oh my goodness. Albert van Lingen says the ref is doing much better. Look, some people are saying it's been quite lenient, which is interesting. I think there's a couple of calls I haven't fully understood, but generally, I don't think we'll talk about them too much. Paul Smith said, I thought SA would just outmuscle the Lions this match. Not so. Well, look, I mean, the Lions have picked a very physical side, and you lose a lot of physicality when P-Steph the toy goes off the field. But look, it's going to all come down to the last half an hour, isn't it? It's going to be can Marco van Staden and Malcolm Marks, Trevor, Vincent Koch, Loert de Jager, can they make that big difference that we're kind of hoping that they can? That will be the big question, really. So we'll have to wait and see, I suppose. Even from the Mervis is 60 minutes plus half time. Yeah, I mean it was a very slow first half. I mean we're over an hour since the beginning of the game, and we only had the first half. I mean we're supposed to be doing our player rating show at 8:10, which is when we initially scheduled it, but we'll probably still be watching it. Paul Smith says 12 years in the making, agree, but if we lose this, I think we lose series 2-1. Yeah, I mean look, momentum's a strange thing. Mark says Khaleesi said that try, hats off to him. Yeah, it was a very, very good work on the defense there. Yeah, I think that is a yellow card from Duran van der Merwe. Yeah, Willemse, not Willemse. A couple people saying, yeah, also that they want to look at that P-Steph the toy dump, that late tackle from Duran van der Merwe. I'm still laughing at that Dan Bigger when he goes down in a heap and then nobody really cares. So he kind of gets up and then goes and chats to the ref. Not your finest moment, Dan. Not your finest moment. Right, so Cake says, come on, SA. Final Care says the Box must look for 1 or 2 drop goals. I mean, with the way that Bollard's kicking, I'm not sure I'd back him to slot them. But yeah, it's I think it was frustrating when we had that sort of extended period of possession. We didn't really do much within the first half. Portsmouth 11 a.m. here. Time for a beer. Yes, mate. It's been time for a beer for ages. Right, so the benches. So we've got Quacker Smith on the bench, on the field already. So the Lions still have a full bench. They've got Ken Owens, Roy Sutherland, Carl Sinclair, Tyke Byrne, Talaba Falatau, Ali Price, Owen Farrell, and Elliot Daly to come off the bench. For the Box, we've still got Malcolm Marks, Trevor Nyakani, Vincent Koch, Marco Mustard, and Loert de Jager. And then we've got the 2 backs in Herschel Yankees and Damian Willemse. But yeah, having a look here at the lineouts, Itoje winning 2 of the Springboks lineouts, which is very uncharacteristic. So he's having another good game as Itoje. Probably putting his hand up for man in the series if the Lions get it under their belt. So some of the stats here they're talking about, we covered most of them. I think the turnovers conceded 4 apiece. More penalties from the Springboks. They'll need to try and sort that out. But scrums generally have been pretty good for the Boks. Handling errors 2 from the Springboks, 3 from the Lions. Yeah, people say that Big is a joke. Yeah, it wasn't great from him. I think it's a bit frustrating to sort of see that. Because if he was really injured, then he's really injured. But it was the way he then sort of gets up and then goes and chats to the ref and sort of sits there saying, "Well, did you see that? Did you see what he did to me?" So it wasn't a great moment from him. But yeah, I mean, it's ironic when you think of everybody going after Cheslin Colby last week when he was taken out in the air, and the fact that apparently he was trying to buy a foul, and then you see something like that today. It is a bit amusing, I think is the word. But we've got an epic second half coming up, hopefully. It should be really, really close. Right now, I'm just going to sort my heater out. It's getting a bit chilly over here, a bit chilly. So Evan van der Merwe says, lack of match. I went to go watch the second match live 12 years ago, so it's personal from here. Paul says, Toja's been a monster again. He needs support. Yeah, he's been very good. He's definitely been the best Lions player on the field. He's been probably the best player in the last 2 tests. I think the big thing from him is he's not conceding penalties at the moment. That's what Warren Gatlin said. He's always had the capacity to be one of the best players in the world. But he does concede penalties, unfortunately. So if he sorts that out, then suddenly it immediately becomes one of the best players in world rugby, if not the best. You know, he's got that potential. He could be the best player in the world. So if you go to the player stats, discipline, yeah, so no penalty conceded from Itoje. Bongi Manambi's conceded a penalty. Ibn Etzebeth, Frank Mossa conceded a penalty. Cheslin Colby's conceded 2 penalties. John van der Merwe, 1 penalty. They don't have Makazorla a penalty, but he's also conceded 1. Frank van der Merwe said this series has lost 2-0 to the Lions. I can just smell it. Peter Steph's toy too much of a lost Lions malfunctioning. Well, it's still close. I mean, it's 3 points. So, but it all comes down to what can we do in the second half? You know, how much kind of difference can we make? I'm definitely not panicking yet. And look, at the end of the day, were they better in the first half? Probably. Were we better in the first half last week? Definitely. And we went on to lose it. So it's very losable for them as well. Paul Smith says 32 degrees, mate. Oh, I'm very, very jealous of that. It's flipping cold down in South Africa. But not cold enough to stop drinking beer. And once again, I just want to say, first of all, apologies for the technical issues we had at the beginning, which wasn't ideal. Just before we literally, before the game was about to start, so we actually missed the start of the game. But thank you very much for everybody who's come back on here. Please do continue smashing the like button, continue subscribing. We're getting there. We're 35 people away from 3,500, which would be absolutely immense here from you guys. So thank you so much for the support. Next weekend will be the biggie. We'll make sure that we've got contingency plans in so we won't have any more technical issues. Octavia said call 2 weeks ago, sheesh. And Ella Jenkins says, essay. Yeah, if you're talking about South Africa, then yeah, it was freezing a while back. It's been a bit better this week. Ella Jenkins says, essay by 8, bench will have an impact. Well, I think that's what it will be, a battle of the benches now, won't it? You know, we've got Luat Diaga, Barker Mustaden, Malcolm Marks, Trevor and Vincent Cox. So what sort of impact can they have? I think that breakdowns will become quite interesting in the second half, having Malcolm Marks, Kwaka Smith, as well as Marco Verstappen on the pitch, and even Trevor Nyakane. So that'll be interesting. The backline players, you've got to think of the Lions have got better backline players than Ali Price, Owen Farrell, Elliot Daly, more experienced than Willemse and Herschel. But Herschel and Willemse are quite exciting players. So if it's their day, they can also do their part. Sizwe Ngema says, missed the first half. What's your take on it? It was a test match. I know sounds very sort of standard and quite obvious, but it just has been very, very close. I think the Lions have dominated most of the half. They sort of grew into it and had a very good second half of the first half. The 2 yellow cards didn't really make much of a difference. I think we conceded 3 points when we were down to 14, and they were down to 15 after Van der Merwe came back on. But it's a test match, which means it's all about, as Fani Nokia said, discipline is going to win the second half. It is. It's all about discipline as the players come back out. It's who can concede the fewer penalties, who can hold their nerve. One try could win this. So if you can get a try earlier from the Springboks, then that could be it. Bernardo Freire says, considering the SAA game in the last 2 tests, we buckled in the second half with a decent lead. Hope things are different this time. Who won the fisticuffs poll? We actually haven't done a poll, so we can maybe we'll do that in a bit. I think that's a very good way of describing it from Albert Lingen. It's like 2 heavyweight boxes. It has been a bit of a slugfest, very, very physical, very in your face. And the British National Lions will now play right to left. The time is on from Ben O'Keefe. He blows the whistle and Dan Bigger gets things underway. So we early touch the ball from Eben Etzebeth. He goes up nicely. Tackles, so they have to release it to the Lions. We've lost the safety to 22, though. There we go. What do we think, 40 minutes left, and we'll know where the series lies. It'll either be over or we'll be heading to a third and final test. Faf de Klerk going to the boot there. Quite a few chases. Stuart Hogg has knocked that forward. So we'll start with a scrum early on. Paul Smith says, do Lions just have the slightly stronger bench, I think? Agreed, discipline will be key, more pens incoming. Well, they potentially got a more experienced bench. Stuart Hogg just knocking that forward. It's a good contest in the air by Tisden Colby. He's learned his lesson, so he kicked. Faf de Klerk, a bit of a smile on his face to do in front of Merva. Grant Swart's race been good today. Yeah, I think he's been... the fact that we haven't talked about him much, I suppose, is the main thing. Look, I know apparently a lot of Lions supporters are talking about the red card. Meh, is my opinion. But Joe, almost up to 400 people watching, so thank you very much. Let's get settled in. Let's have a really good half. No technical difficulties, touch wood, but let's make this good. Let's hope. As I said, you just need to go to a third test. I have to go to a third test. Not much stability there, so we're gonna have a reset scrum time. I think the reserve front rows will be quite interesting to sort of see what impact Trevor, Vincent, and Malcolm can have off the bench compared to Sutherland, Owens, and Sinclair. I need to say that the ref has been better than last week. Put it this way, I don't think Rusty Russ is going to be putting together a video next week. So I think that's probably the main thing for a lot of people. So we shift over. This field's not looking too great. Still have another third test in it. So fair moment for the ground. Oh, it's a penalty. That's a penalty. Good stuff. Nice early blood there. Stephen Kitsoff, the man winning the penalty. Ty Furlong is lying face flat, taking a little bit long to get up there. Ross's bind is the call. Got a nice face plant. He's got half the Newton's turf on his face. That's a very, very good early watch, though. Good penalty to get there. Now we can kick ourselves up into British Lions territory. It's not a bad kick from Pollard. Gets up to about the 22. So Paul Smith reckons Box to nick this by 3. Noctally says, can't watch the actual game. Thanks for the entertaining shoutcasting. Well, it's a pleasure. Thank you for jumping on. I think we really deserve the win. We're really making a statement. I said it'll just be so nice to go to that third test and all or nothing. That's a better lineup from Eben Etzebeth. The big counter shove there from the Lions. So Bongi Benami's got the ball at the back. Now starting to get a bit more sort of momentum. Faf de Klerk pointed at Ty Furlong, who's trying to come in from the side there. He's then been told to leave it. Yeah, that's better from the box. That's better. They're on the run there. They're on the run. Bongi Benami goes himself. He's a little bit isolated. So Faf de Klerk and Kwaka Smith come in there. We're inside the 22. Faf, you use it, chap. That's a nice take from David Delende. He's under a little bit of pressure. It's a good solid leg drive from him. He gave the 22. Right, now Etzebeth. His lock partner shoves him into contact. Right, Pollard goes up now. It's a tester for Stuart Hogg. Billy LaRue's coming in. Oh, it drops backwards. Stuart van der Merwe is trying. Oh, but David Delende's got onto it. So we're inside the 22 here on the Springboks. They win possession back after the Andre Pollard up and under. Now Pollard goes to Billy LaRue. It's a little bit behind him. LaRue goes to Khaleesi. Khaleesi sucks in 3 defenders. He's still going. That's a nice K from him. That's half the Lions pack are trying to get into it. But it's available for Faf de Klerk. Stephen Kitsoff now. This is better from the box. Come now. Pollard. Oh, he chips it over the top. Mapimpi! We're through! Try number 1. Andre Pollard. That's more like it. I thought it almost looked a bit too much. But Mapimpi on the angle. They do tackle him, but they can't stop. Scored a try in the World Cup final. He's got to try against the British and Irish Lions. South Africa get the first points on the board. We're back, baby. We're back. Come on. You can see the space there, Pollard dipping it over the top. I mean, Stuart Hogg makes the tackle, but he sort of shrugs him off, and he's over as Mapimpi. This is good stuff here from Pollard. It was on to throw the pass, realized the line was up, so he goes to the kick. And, well, Pollard, that's what we've been waiting for, because he hasn't actually had a particularly good game today. Missed a kick, and I think, a couple of wayward passes, but that is much better. Mapimpi read it like a book, and look at the reaction from the Bok management. Brilliant stuff. Brilliant stuff. Well, Honey Nell said just a try will give us a bit of hope. Well, there's your try. There's your try. Jenny feel like we should be running these lot over. Smitty's complaining about why Faf didn't get sent off. The same, probably the reason that Duran van der Merwe didn't get sent off for tip tackling P. Steph the Toy. Grant says, yes, boys. Mapimpi, yeah, build up the hype train. And he's missed it. For F's sakes, Pollard. You go and do that. You go and try and assist, and then you miss that. Now they're a penalty away from being back in the lead. Pollard has left 6 points out there. He left 5 points out there. He's now left 6. Really. But that was so much better from the box. Really good. Oh, my living. And then Jasper Wiese has gone straight down there, and he's knocked it forward. Well, that's, Jasper Wiese, hang your head in shame. Yeah, smack yourself harder next time, mate, because he's just gone straight through the middle. After all that, Pollard missing that, and after, we could have been 4 points ahead. They could have had to score a try or at least 1 or 2 penalties. And Jasper Wiese has completely stuffed up that kickoff, and all of a sudden they're back on the front foot. But now we need a big scrum here, because if the Lions hit back here, that's unfortunately on Jasper Wiese. So, yeah, that's Pollard missing. He left 5 points on both games. Sorry, not 6 points today. 5 games in both games that Pollard's missed. And that wasn't a hard conversion either. Really? If you bang the conversion, boom, 4-point advantage. Take the kickoff. Buy some territory. Say, right, we started well. But all we've done now is just given them a foot back in the door. So now you need a response. Now Jasper Wiese is going to have to put a lot of work in the back there and hope his front row bails him out. Because if we concede in points here, and a penalty here, they can kick over and take the lead again. So that's really, really frustrating. As Obvious Staff says, we always let other teams back in the game. Literally. Right, big scrum needed, chap. Big scrum needed. Oh, yeah. It's a big first shove. Now the Lions are coming into it, though. That's going to be a reset. Yeah, it was a big early hit there, and then the Lions really started coming through. So we're just sort of walking towards the right. So we'll have a reset here. As Guard says, the moustache let us down. Time off. I don't think we'll have too many more scrums with this front row. I think that we'll see our reserve front row start coming on pretty soon. All right, time's back on. All right, here we go. Come, big scrum here, chaps. Come on, the chaps. We need to be much more clinical and maintain momentum, 100%. But really frustrating that we've left 5 points out there. 5 more points, 16-9. It's a whole different game, isn't it? It's another good scrum. It's pretty solid. Lions trying to get a second shove. Ref, surely they need to use it. And they're now wheeling it around. So it's another reset here. They're Terps under a lot of pressure at the moment. The Lions thought they reckon they should have had a penalty. But I think Winnipeg is getting the edge on Frans Malherbe here. And you can see the pitch is just having an absolute meh. Albia Safa says, Pollard needs to work on his kicks to the left side. 100% agreed. You can't be missing those. You really can't. That's 5 points. It's a whole different ball game. 16 points to 9 is a whole different ball game to 11-9, So it's really frustrating. If you lose this game by 2 points, you're going to sit there thinking, mate, you need to do better there. And unfortunately, we don't actually have much to bring on in terms of goal kickers. So he's the only goal kicker we have. After that, we're looking to Damien Willemse, Faf de Klerk. And it's gone straight down. Oh, it's a short arm. It's a short arm penalty there for Lions. They're taking it quickly. Robbie Henshaw. Right, now the Boks need to defend. They got it bigger. He's going wide. Stuart Hogg's matching up. Makazole Mapimpi. Lukanya comes to help him out. He's being held up. Oh, he's ripped it as Quacker Smith. No, man, come on. That was, as you said, tackle release. No, if you actually. I'm sorry, I don't agree with that call. Literally, as he's saying, tackle release, has he come away with that ball? Like within millimeters. Milliseconds is probably the better thing. I mean, he says tackle release literally as Quacker Smith coming away from the ball. So that's really, really harsh. Ren Opperman says, bring more staying. I'll bring anybody at this rate. Colby can kick. Yeah, but I mean, he can kick. Faf de Klerk can kick. They're going to go for the points here. And if Dan Bigger slots this, then he's going to do a bit of a masterclass of what Pollard should be doing. That's a very, I mean, literally. So Stuart Hogg was trying to match up Mapimpi. So Mapimpi goes up high on him. I mean, they're going to tackle. So they hold him up, and the ref says it's fine. And they don't really show it then. But as he then goes towards the ground, Quacker Smith's there ripping it, and he pretty much says it's tackle now. And literally, as he said that, that's when Quacker Smith burst on with the ball. So very 50-50, in my opinion. I think he had the ball in his hands by the time he had said it was a tackle. But hey, now Dan Bigger will have a go from the right-hand side. And he slots that straight. Oh, it comes off the post. Faf de Klerk is cleaning up. And he goes to Makazole Mapimpi. Now Mapimpi launches it downfield. He'll find touch. So the Springboks get away. Oh, that's a brilliant kick. Makazole Mapimpi has put it from his own shot, from his own 22 up to the halfway line. Brilliant stuff. And that's, I don't know if that's a little bit of karma, but Dan Bigger uncharacteristically missing that. Going off to the left, coming off the bar. Faf de Klerk cleaning up. Makazole Mapimpi has put in a brilliant clearance and pegged the Lions back all the way to the halfway line. I mean, he was literally right up against the touchline, so that's a brilliant kick. Grant Swart says he reckons it was harsh. Albie Saf says Lions player on the knee ground, then gets back up. That's a penalty for Box. Actually, it was a bit of a strange call, because if he's going to go down and you're going to call tackle over, that's when he should have called it. But yeah, Mapimpi is after, you can see that penalty earlier in the game, which conceded a couple of points, but now he's cooking this off. He's cooking this off. Well, the ball's gone straight down there, so Luke and Dickey burst at the back. He runs into Bongi Manambi. Quacker Smith is there. But the support comes in. Right now, Conor Murray getting some blockers in. Stephen Kitzel trying to keep some players in the... I think Conor Murray goes up, but it'll be contestable. And it's taken very nicely by Jasper Wiese. Good work. Mario Toja is all over there, but he gets cleaned out nicely. Pollard will now go up. That's quite deep, so he's going to need a lot of chasing from Colby. He's learned. He waits for it. Waits for Stuart Hogg to go down. Now, Khalees is all over that. Khalees is all over that. Now, unfortunately, misses it. Alan Joe, that's a nice hit on Jasper Wiese there. And you can see every single breakdown the Boks are trying to contest. Stuart Hogg gets away from one, brought down by Jasper Wiese. He's trying to make amends. Faf de Klerk now over the ball, trying to win it. This is really, really good stuff here. Some good ball carries. Boks trying to compete at every breakdown. Some good rucking here from the Lions. Now Conor Murray pops it up. And it's knocked backwards from Jasper Wiese. So I think it'll be a Lions put in. So knock on from Robbie Henshaw. So it'll be a South Africa scrum. That's a nice net result there. What a kick, yeah, 100%. Lions need possession and a try. Scrum doing well. Yeah, so it's not, so it's forward off Robbie Henshaw. Well, Jasper Wiese is getting into the game a little bit more. You know, you can see he's been quite good under the high ball all of a sudden, making his presence felt. That's what we need to see more of that. The time is off. Even Etzebeth's down, having a bit of water. Bongi Manambi also down. I don't think they'll be on for much longer. Or they could go. Obviously, if Franco Mosterdorf, they could, but they can't replace both locks now because you've got no piece left of the toy. But the bench is still, there's no movement there. Malcolm Marks, Trevor, and Vincent Koch are still sitting down. Albie Savage says penalty time. We love the set piece. March our way back up the field. I hope so. It's been a grueling game, a proper grueling test match, which it's been big hit after big hit. By the way, people, I see a couple of people joining our Discord. If anybody wants to get involved in our Discord and help us running with it, please let me know. I'm Stevie P on the Discord itself. So if you're keen to help with running it and posting some stuff on it and stuff like that, then jump on me and message me on Discord. I really want to get it going, but it's difficult to try and do everything at the moment. But we're over 500 people viewing, so thank you so much. Smash like on the video. Subscribe to the channel as well. As I said, we're creeping towards that elusive 3,500, which will be amazing if we can get there. But yeah, so Ted Jones, does it look like they're hitting harder this match? Definitely. It's been a proper. We've did some big hits. You know, there's been some big collisions, big clean outs. Tough call that bigger. Which call? The knock on or sorry, time is back on. We are on the way. We're about to get another scrum underway. Mahoba Knights need to go off soon. Yeah, I think we're going to try and sort of go for as much as possible and bring on Vincent. But yeah, I think that he's struggling a little bit, yeah. Let's see how this goes. It's a decent hit. It's a decent hit. They're not really moving, are the Springboks. Oh, here comes the second shove now. It's a short on to the... Fuck that. Take the ball out, man. So he told him to use it, and Jasper Wiese decides not to use it, and then the short arm comes. That's really frustrating because they had the dominance there. It's a short arm, so they can't kick to the corner and have their own lineup. But that's really frustrating. It was a really good scrum there, and we've just given it away. So Dan Bigger goes very, very high. It's within the 22. And it bounces to Damien Dealindi, who then straightens, runs with a couple of forwards. Actually could have had a bit of space on the left there, I think, if he had gone for it. Springboks on the 22. I think they've got the safety of the 22, though. So they go to Vinny LaRue. You'll find touch. It's not a great touch finder, so it's not really up the woods here. That's very frustrating to... Yeah, it was a bit of a weird one because Faf de Klerk tapped Jasper Wiese, which means that he should be taking out. So Leo Diogo's on for Jasper Wiese. So Jasper Wiese has gone off. Leo Diogo's come on, which means that we'll probably see Mostert going onto the flank and Kwagga Smith going at 8th man. That's a very, very interesting call. We're keeping on all our line-out jumpers here. Right, so Franco Mostert on the flank. Well, that's a big call. Big call. We still have Marco Verstappen to come on. So he'll probably replace... they've gone short there, have the box. That's brilliant stuff by Faf de Klerk, preventing the offload to Lukau and Dickey. Marco Vinapola now into Kwagga Smith. Kwagga Smith trying to rip that ball. It's a strange call there. I thought Wiese was having quite a nice second half. I struggled a little bit in the first half, but apart from being that one under the high ball... Oh, here we go. Dan Bigger in the pocket, goes up. Another tester for Willie. It falls aside of the Lions. The Kanya arms tearing after the Henshaw. He bundles heads onto touch. So that's a nice result. Well, the high ball battle, we're not taking it cleanly, but the ball seems to be bouncing the way of the Springboks, which makes a nice change. Nate says the box 6-2 split has a massive chink in the armor if Pollard is off on the day, 100%. Wiese is playing well. Yeah, also a bit of a strange call. Grant Swart says we get punished for dominant scrum. What the actual... Yeah, I thought it was also a bit strange. I thought we were going one way. So to have a short on there was a strange call. But I'm not going to pretend like I know what's going on at scrum time. It's very complicated. Not taste. I like Frank on the flank. Oh, man, he's going to do the P-Scepter toy. I'll be impressed if he can do that to that level. Box have more control. Can they keep their discipline? Good shift from the moustache. Yeah, it's a decent game from Jasper Wiese. So overall, I thought he was pretty solid. All right, here we go. So it's an all-new front row for the Lions. They've blinked first. All right, there we go. And the Springboks have gone with it as well. So Malcolm Marks, Vincent Koch. I don't think they put on Trevor yet. I think they're keeping Kitsov on. But I think from the sounds of it, it's a new front row for the Lions. I'm seeing Ken Owens there. I'm seeing Kyle Sinkler. Malcolm Marks finds his jumper in this first lineup. They've been told to use it here. Right, so now they use it. Faf goes to the boot. Chesn Colby's tearing after this. Stuart Hogg has missed it. Does he touch it? Is there a touch? If Stuart Hogg's touched this, then suddenly it's a lineup for the Springboks. Stuart van der Merwe now reckons he didn't touch it. Of course he's going to say that. So they reckon he hasn't touched it, so it will be a Lions lineup from the looks of it. Yeah, so Ken Owens will have his first throw of the day. I'm going to fix the clock here, which just seems to have jumped a bit. And I think time off, he's got some more subs on. Right, so I'm seeing Farrell on at fly half for Bigger. Ali Price is on for Conor Murray. No subs here from the box, apart from the ones we just saw. Oh, that was textbook. Luis Diago's on and gets his first line-out steal. So the Springboks now with possession inside Lions territory. Brilliant stuff from Luis. That's what we need. Now Kwaka Smith, he's got Sia Khaleesi with him. Right, Pollard now goes up. This is very contestable. There's a lot of players in and around. Stuart Hogg, it's very well taken. He's wrapped up and being kept up here by the South Africans. Yeah, they've created them all. It'll be a Lions put-in. I never understand when it's a Lions put-in or when it's not. You know. So Stuart Hogg takes it into them all. The Boks keep him up. Rusty's a bit bemused. He's not quite sure what that. I just don't understand. I mean, I know that sometimes they say that it's if they've got momentum and they're moving forward, but sometimes you see it and they don't go that way. So it'll be a scrum. First scrum for the new Lions players. It's a good take, but then the Springbok players do well to keep him up. Right, Sonny Nell says good 7 out of 10 from Visa. Grant Swart says Spicy Plum staying on. Very interesting. Yeah, I think they're gonna. Well, I suppose he's not really been out scrummed just yet. So and they haven't put. I don't think they put on Rory Sutherland, unless I've missed him. Gatton needs to earn his money in the next 20 minutes. A few changes to add more pace, power, and energy. We need to try. Not really. You just need a penalty, to be honest. But again, great from a Pimpy. Yeah, he's playing very nicely. Interesting subs by the Lions. Obviously, direct from a kick means the team with the ball scrum. Well, it's a short arm there. Rusty getting his camera ready as we speak. No, I don't think it was that much of a call. They want another short arm here at the scrum. So Owen Farrell has lifted this, but he's gone quite deep. Andre Pollard. Oh, he's not taking the air, ref. Yeah, he's going to advance for taking in the air. Thank you. Anthony Watson jumping the gun on Pollard. So of the short arm, they've now won a penalty at the box, so we can now kick it back towards their territory. You see Anthony Watson not getting the timing right. So it takes Pollard out in the air. You see, Pollard there needs to make sure he lands on the shoulder. Then we can get a red card, apparently, from some people. Not to be controversial, but yes. Right, subs green. Who else have we got coming out? It's either van Staden. Number 1, right. So Stephen Kitsoff's off. Right, here we go. Trevor Nyakane is on. All new front row for the Boks. It's a good outing, I think, for Stephen Kitsoff. Here comes Trevor. I thought Trevor was very impressive last week. He's on the loose head, so very different role for him this time. Come with the man is what I'm hoping. Jack Conan is off, so Palatau is on. It's a very nice sub to be able to make. Right, so no backline replacements on just yet for the Boks. Pollard finds touch. No, but you telling me he's about to say he started out. About to say, sure, Hogg thought he had kept that in, but you're going back there, he doesn't. So it's a nice touch final from Pollard, just inside the 22. So job done there in terms of finding the territory. Now it's a case of Malcolm Marks finding his man. Oh, it's a good take by Luis Diago. Almost a bit high. Right, taking a while. Now here we go. Here comes the maul there. That's good, maul. That's good. It's good. It's still going as the maul. It's a little bit lateral. Trying to break off towards the right. It's all breaking apart a little bit, but still going. Still going here. They're still going. Etzebeth got it at the back. They're still going. And there's an advantage. Come on. That's an advantage. Faf de Klerk dabs in behind. Lekanyo! Yes! Come on! Come on! Lekanyo Arm's done it. He scored. We're through. That's a big moment. Come on. Brilliant from Faf de Klerk. But what a maul. That was more like it. We talk about the physicality. That was the physicality we've been waiting for. A brilliant, brilliant maul. And then perfect little grabber in behind from Faf de Klerk. It almost looked like I was going to go too far, but Lekanyo had the pace. I think he's got grounding. They're going to go check it, so I won't change the scoreboard just yet. But I think he scored there, Lekanyo. Come on, man. That's better. On-field decision try. You move. So the penalty advantage, you could roll the dice. Now it's does get grounding? Yeah, he's got grounding. Come on. So all from the ball. Malcolm Marks, it's a great take by Thiago, by the way. I think if anybody else would have gone over him, it's a really good rolling maul then. They had the momentum. They kept going. They kept going. They had a penalty advantage. So even if this is ruled out, we'll go back for the penalty. Then Faf de Klerk, little grubber in behind, and Lekanyo had the pace. I think that's grounding. TMO's still looking at the grounding. Yeah, I don't think he's in complete control. I think he's got grounding. Remembering that it has to be enough to overturn the decision. Well, what's everybody saying here? So Ren Opperman was before them was saying, hopefully Trevor can do what he does for the Bulls off the bench, 100%. That's the box we're used to. That's Springbok Mother F in rugby. It really was, big rolling maul, putting them under pressure, and then with the penalty advantage, you can then risk it in behind. Well, they're looking at this to see if he's got the ball in his hands. I think it would be a big decision to rule this out. On-field decision was a try. They're still looking. I think that's grounded. Try. Come on! On-field decision stands. Come on. They're sticking with the try. We're on the board here. Let's go. 16 points to 9. That's a big moment. Kick to come. Surely Pollard has to get this. But that was as Grant Swart said, that Springbok rugby, the big brutal maul from the forwards, and then after the penalty advantage, the deft touch in behind. This is a pretty straightforward kick from Pollard. Should be no issues, but he hasn't kicked particularly well today. There we go. Straight through the middle from Pollard. 18 points to 9. 19 minutes to go. Come on. Take this to the last test. it was a thing of beauty, really. Started right by the 22. They ended up on the 5. Infield as well. Perfect little kick in. Lekanyo had the pace. And we've taken it off the line. I think it's Kwaka Smith. No, it's Thiago who's at the bottom of that. So I'm assuming he took it on. So Elliot Davies off for Chris Harris. I actually don't even remember seeing Chris Harris today. Well, long way to go. Hang on, it's 61 minutes, not 51 minutes. Let me just change that. Last forward. So Faf de Klerk hacks us ahead. Right, Owen Farrell kicks it in. He's going to chase his own kick. It's Franco Mostert underneath it, so he should have the height. He knocks it backwards, but Lekanyo mops up. Woo! Now it's a stressful watch. Now it becomes a stressful watch. Now Pollard kicks in behind. He's seen a bit of space. Sends it up for Van der Merwe to chase. Pollard underneath it, gets away from Van der Merwe, he then slips. So but had a bit of support around him. So we've got the ball there. Now we go to Evan Etzebeth. 18 minutes. Come on, 18 minutes, 9-point advantage. Ideally, we need another penalty. Right, Faf de Klerk going over the top. That'll actually bounce, actually. So that's well read by Stuart Hogg. Goes to Falatau. That's a brilliant read by Lacanio. He gets the offload. So the lines are still going to the right. Right, now Anthony Watson has spotted some space. So he kicks in behind. And Pollard is well placed. And he'll kick for touch. And he'll find touch. Not the best touch finder. Right, so Faf de Klerk's game is done. Try assist to his name. Tom Carey trying to have a bit of I think it was another little late hit attempt there on Faf, but nice try, chap. So Hershey Yankees will see out the final 17 minutes. Oh, this is going to be pressure. One more try will do it, but another try by the Lions, and they're back in. Oh, he's done his. You can see after that kick, he's done his ass. He's done his ass. The man's off with a bit of a gluteus maximus injury there. Right, so fast pull the bottom, and he's off, and Hershey Yankees is on. So the Hershey Yankees will be tasked to negotiate in the final 17 minutes. Come on, the chaps. Come on. 9 points. Right, Ken Owens goes to the front. Oh, they've knocked it on. Hershey Yankees has gone on for that. That's brilliant. They're trying to go short, and he's knocked it on. Quaka Smith at scrum half. That's quite a useful person to have at scrum half, you know. Damien Delendi brushing off one. So Springboks have got possession. Hershey Yankees now arriving. He was the one that bounced on the ball after they knocked it on. Lurt Diaga puts his head down, makes a few meters. That's a bit better from Lurt Diaga. Now Herschel going to Andre Pollard, goes straight to Mapimpi, who then leg drives up against Ali Price. Just keep possession here, chaps. Keep possession. Vincent Koch now. Big hit on him from Carl Sinclair. Right, now Hershey Yankees will go for the box kick, I'm sure. He's got a blocker, and then Trevor Nyakane. And Anthony Watson spills it forward, and it hits Carl Sinclair, who's in an offside position. But he was accidental, so I don't think it's a penalty advantage. Now Pollard chips over the top. Go, Billy! Oh, Billy stumbles. I don't know why we kicked it away from Pollard. It was a knock-on advantage, not a penalty. If Billy hadn't lost his footing, he would have been there. Right, Owen Farrell under a little bit of pressure now, kicking it low towards touch. There's nobody home, so that's actually a very good kick. But it's a very good kick from Owen Farrell. So he's pinned the Springboks back. I think it was poor from Pollard. It was the wrong option to kick. Should have kept it in hand there. I think he thought we had a penalty advantage given the sort of type of kick he went with. But it's a very good kick from Owen Farrell to put the Springboks back under pressure. But the Springboks winning a few small battles here. Still a long way to go. Ooh, it's a bit of afters here. So I mean, Mario Toja is kneeing. Got his knee on Damien Delendi's neck, and you can see him slapping in time to get off. So he's not happy with how then he grabs his legs. Mario Toja, arms up in the air. Mario, bugger off. And then a bit of a shove to the head from Damien Delendi, which didn't look good. Okay, 15 minutes. 15 minutes. Come on. Come on. Paul Smith reckons the game is over. The Lions in trouble now. Must score next. We're going to game 3. I hope so. I hope so. Come on. Time on. Go to the front of the lineup. That's solid to get to Etzebeth. Sinclair can't play that. Oh, that's on the side. There we go. Rory Sutherland, my beauty. He's given us a penalty advantage. Damien Delendi will just chip over the top. See if Billy LaRue wants to chase onto it. But we'll go back for the penalty. Thank you, Rory Sutherland. That was so blatant. I mean, what an idiot. I mean, Rory Sutherland, you can see, he just comes on the side and just plays Siakalisi right on the side. It was a weird penalty to concede. He was never, ever in an onside position. So he'll be frustrated. He's better than that as Rory Sutherland, and I rate him quite highly. But not a great touch finder there for Pollard. They're up to the 10-meter line, but more to the point, they can run the time down. Let's keep going. Let's keep smashing that like, people. Let's keep subscribing to the channel. We are 5 away from 3,500 subscribers. I can't actually believe I said that. I can't believe I just said we're 5 away from 3,500 subscribers. Thank you so much. If you haven't already, there's 5 of you that hasn't subscribed. Surely that's it's a penalty. Thank you. They've taken Etsebeth out in the air. So it's another penalty advantage. Herschel Yankees goes to Damien Dealindi. And my stream's buckling a little bit, so I'm assuming that he got a few meters. Mapimpi now. We've got a penalty advantage, though. So Pollard now goes to Dealindi. Now run the hands. See ya. Stays inside. And it's knocked on the ground there. So we'll go back for the penalty. That's it. That's a little bit of pressure now keeping in. A couple of mistakes from the Lions. And you can just see it was just too early there on Etsebeth. He hadn't come down yet and they started pushing. So it's an easy penalty to award from Ben O'Keefe. 13 minutes. Mario told you, what can you honestly complain about? He's literally in the air whilst you guys are pushing him. He's like lying on you guys. And you're going to say that we didn't push him early. Come now. He was miles early. He hadn't even caught the ball and Itoje was pushing. So there's your penalty conceded, mate. Tokozani says, pressure on the British National Lions box, need to keep on. Go, boys. Right, Damien Phillips was on for Mapimpi. That's probably the safest sub it could have made. But Mapimpi, take a bow, my boy. That was brilliant stuff, yeah. New sub here. You should have a virtual pitch on screen to indicate roughly where the ball is. Yeah. It's an interesting idea. I'll give you that. We can try and look into that. I don't quite know how we'll get it sorted, but we can look into it. Grant Swat 663 watching now, biggest stream yet. Yeah, it's and we're well over 3,500. You people are amazing, especially because I'll thank you now in a minute. After we have this more, but really I'm very, very chuffed because we had a horrible time so far. But it's another good rolling more here from the Springboks. It's down. Where's Herschel? It's available. Now Damien Dealindi, a bit of a standing start, and he gets smacked by Falatai and sorry, it's Ken Owens and Tom Carey. Herschel will now take his time here, 68 minutes. Sorry, I'm actually 30 seconds ahead. Yankees goes over the top. It's right on the edge to be contestable. And it's one back eventually by Mario Toje. It's a knock on. Come on. That's better. But yeah, I just want to say a massive thank you to everybody because literally, if you were here at the beginning, we were doing the pre-match. It was all going really, really well, and then literally my internet went down as the game kicked off. And by the time I came back, we actually had to end the stream and start a new stream. So we were up at 180 people watching. Then we had to start a new stream and didn't have very many people. So you guys all jumped in and helped out, which has been absolutely amazing. So thank you so much. We're well over 3,500. It's been a fantastic week for us. We signed a deal with a brand for August, which is going to be really exciting. So yeah, just thank you so much. We're gonna have a scrum here. Malabonga says new sub here. You should have. Yeah, we went through that one. Campbell says there's a subscription from the States. Us up the box. Thank you so much. Treasure says Stevie, you deserve success, small boy. Thank you very much. That's a nice scrum, penalty advantage. What can we do? Damien Dealindi. Oh, he's left it behind as a Kanya arm, but it's a penalty advantage. Come on, the box. Come on. When will the match finish? In 10 minutes' time. Takolo says subscribe, like the comment, my boy, watching game, listening to you. Nice one. Thank you very much. Grant Swaz, the pimpy man of the match today. That's an interesting call and a decent call. I actually quite like that call. Funny for somebody who's not going to score a try for a win to get man of the match, but he's been terrific. Paul Smith says, Lions are rattled in one last massive push and shy. We are losing personal battles here. Where on the field are we? So we're now inside the Lions 22. We'll have a it's a big scrum from Trevor, by the way. Hey, with a bit of a tongue out there. I love it. Trevor Nyakane is very far up the list of when I get my podcast going properly. I want Trevor on the pod. So we're gonna take the points here. Project Pod is not kicking particularly well. We're going to take the points here, wind the clock down a little bit. So it's on the left hand side of the field, about 10 meters from the touchline in. JP says have to win this one. Albie Safa Ndukane is a beast. That's looking better from Pollard. That's looking better from Pollard. He's straight through the middle. Come on! 21 points to 9. 10 minutes to go. Come on, we can do this. Well, the subscribers are coming in. The points are coming in. It's all going well at the moment. Let's go, Bok, coming from Safa in Dubai. Welcome. Yeah, let me know where you are watching in and around the world. We've got people from everywhere. We've got Paul Smith from Calgary. Owen Farrell going to Luot Diaga. Very good take off Luot Diaga. Right, so Ty Byrne is on for Courtney Laws. I'm going to put the link in the description to become in the chat to become a member if you'd like. If anybody wants to support the channel a little bit and stuff like that, you can become a member. Get a little badge next to your name. That's not a great up and under. It's been one back from the British and Irish Lions. Carl Sinclair with the ball. Right, Robbie Henshaw. Right, important defense here. Important defense here. Tom Curry now being tackled by Hershey Yankees in Lekanya. Lekanya had another really good game today defensively. Siaklisi's come up quickly. Well read by, I think it's Etzebeth who makes the tackle on Falatau. And Malcolm Marks over the ball, winning the penalty. Come on! That's what we needed. That's what we needed. He's so good over the ball, Malcolm Marks. One of the best in the world is Malcolm Marks over the ball. Springbok number 876. Fun fact for the day, it's just come up. Let's see where everybody is. Great scrum from Trevor. So Albie Safa is from New Zealand. King Cobra is from Middlesbrough, UK. USA. A lot of people from the USA. Portugal, Scotland. Manamonga says, really awesome commentary, bro. Very helpful for those of us who can't be in front of a TV right now. Thank you very much. There we go from Pune in India. Belleville, Canada. Too many lines mistakes. Poor. Yeah, they just sort of fell apart in the last 15 minutes where they made mistake after mistake. Mark's doing his job. Uganda, Newcastle, Bahrain. Yeah, Grant Swartzy keeping our Bahrain contingent up. Malcolm Butte, well done, mates. King Mark, he's just too good over the breakdown. Oh, jeepers. Alan Jones, well, his nose is bleeding, his ear is bleeding. Bloemfontein, well, young, you're not nice, a bit closer than everybody else. Okay, so in terms of what's going to happen now, he looked just like our number 8 who started today. Should I get a moustache going? Yeah, young Jasper Visa going. Maybe for November we'll do that. So it's a decent more here. Vincent Cox burst almost. They still got possession here. Do the box. Sorry, my clock's a little bit ahead. It's 73 minutes 15 seconds. Okay, so right on the 22 goes Anthony Watson, goes up on the right-hand side there. That's a knock-on from, I think it's a knock-on from the Lions. I assume Van Staden's on at the moment. I think it's Khaleesi off. Yeah, I'm seeing Van Staden. So I think that's Khaleesi. That's a huge shift from Khaleesi today. Talk about silencing the haters. Brilliant stuff from Sia. Try to see one performance from the box. The boys welcoming Jones to SA. Greetings box from Slovakia. Great shift from Captain Khaleesi. Yeah, very, very good stuff from Khaleesi. Okay, so in terms of the people who are new, what's going to happen now? We're going to drop a link in the description in the next couple of minutes, next minute or two. Yeah, well done, Skipper. My Skipper. And that's going to be the player ratings. And you can go and vote for the player ratings. And we're going to go live 10 minutes after the final whistle. We're going to go live for the player ratings. So if those of you, we usually go live a bit later, but this time we're going to go live immediately for the player ratings. 10 minutes, going to do a quick review, go to the bathroom a bit, and then we're going to go live and we're going to go and rate every single player between 1 and 10. So we're going to drop the link now. And then literally just don't go away, because this stream will then move on to the player rating show. So you don't have to do anything. So you can go and vote, but then we'll go live. Well, there it is. There's the link. You can go and start voting for the players, and we'll be live in 10 minutes after the game finishes for that player rating show, which is a lot of fun. Gets quite aggressive sometimes with the play rates, people debating and stuff like that, but it's really cool to see what everybody thinks. So scrum here on the 22, it's the Bok puts in, and that's another big scrum. That's another big scrum. There's the advantage. Come on, penalty time. Trevor, he's got the tongue out. He is huge. Unit. Trevor Nyakane, you bloody beauty. Lions have gone, mate. I'm sad to say. On to match 3. Yeah, but how exciting is that we're going to have a match 3? You know, I mean, I think that's everything. That's a huge scrum. It's Trevor Nyakane just destroying Kyle Sinclair. Apparently, I think the penalty was actually against Rory Sutherland, but Trevor's got the run over here. Daniel Peterson says, to be honest, we played well today. Like world champions, we can win the series. This is our land. Let's show the news, boys. Trevor's killing it. Yeah, Trevor, brilliant cameo off the bench. And, you know, for somebody who was criticized for being the starting lineup last week, then put in a really good shift at tight head. He's now come on off the bench at loose head, and he's been brilliant. So Andre Pollard, here we go. Pretty simple. This will surely be the game. He's about 22 meters infield, about 3 meters left of the poles. Straight through the middle, there's Andre Pollard, 24 points to 9. The world champions are leading, 5 minutes away from booking a place in the final. So yeah, as I said, when the final whistle goes, go get yourself a beer. We'll be live in. So I'm going to go change the time on the hanging restart. That's a brilliant take from Lakanya, who's been held in the air by Marco van Staden, and that kind of sums it up. A take like that. Territory has still been in favor of the British Irish Lions. So I'm just going to go change the timing on the player rating show. So the time is we're going to go live for the player rating as we kick ahead towards Stuart Hogg. Very good take out the air, Stuart Hogg on the halfway line towards the right-hand side of the pitch. So we're going to go live at about 20 past. Okay, 20 past will be live for the player ratings. In fact, I'm going to go 25 past. 25 past, okay. So you got time to go get yourself a beer and all that stuff like that, and vote, and then we'll go live for those, and we'll do those rates. So the British and Irish Lions have got territory here, and it's another penalty. Stephen Kitsoff this time over the ball. We can't do anything wrong at the moment. The momentum shift in the last 20 minutes has been nothing short of incredible. Grant Swart says, Paul Smith, Test 2 is going to be epic. Hope to see you back here next week. Yeah, it's so nice having other supporters, but also people who are a little bit measured, and we can just chat rugby, you know. Yeah, he says he'll be back. Mark says, nobody can begin to argue this game. Refereeing has been top class both ways. Springboks very dominant in the second half. Well played, Barker. See the game out now. Okay, we're going to have a TMO. Okay, so they're going to click on a tackle from Springboks. We've got a penalty at the moment, so we're going to go check it. I think apparently it's against Franco Mostert. So it's Owen Farrell. Nah, it's nothing in that, Owen. Come on, Faz. How can Owen Farrell of all people, be complaining about a high tackle? At shoulder, it doesn't get more shoulder onto shoulder there, mate. Paul Smith said he doesn't rate Sinclair. LB Sapper says, yes, boys. Nah, that's shoulder on shoulder. Owen Farrell, you dream of making tackles like that, mate. Come here and want to complain about it. Get out of here. That's a great tackle. It's literally shoulder on shoulder. Yeah, Marius, we're going to move on here, chap. Daniel Peterson says, we are world champions for a reason. Falani says, very convincing performance in box. Third taste is going to be epic from Zim. Welcome, welcome. I hope the injury is not bad for next week. Well, the big concern is P. Steph the Toy. Well, I think Kwaka Smith stepped up today when he came on. What are we looking at here, people? Billy is pumped up. Yeah, and then we go here. This is on Elliot Daly now. Nah, he's basically on the floor when Lakanya arm hits him. And he barely hits him as well. And Vincent Koch straight over that ball. Like a pie, after a big night out, Vincent Koch gobbled that thing up. Original penalty. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Very good stuff there from the ref. Paul Smith says a very well-deserved win this for SA. No complaints. Good to talk about rugby, not refs and TMOs. Best team won. Worry for next week. Yeah, 100%. I think that sums up the game brilliantly. Crushes the tape on bloody Ellerman Jones, makes it look like half his ears falling off. Hans says, who's the captain? Why are all the Lions chirping the ref? Johan Smith says, Boca just hit their stride now. We're going to be dangerous next week. I hope so. Won't turn around by SA in 1 week. Well, the difference is that the second half, South Africa got better. I mean, those last 20 minutes, it's been one-sided. There's nothing in that tackle, 100%. Honey now says the ref deserves a medal. I think it's been a good performance. I think it's been a very good performance. I don't think it was a red card in the first half, as much as a lot of the UK audience are complaining about it. Definitely not as not. I mean, the fact that we didn't get a yellow card for Hamish Watson, I don't think it was a red card today. I think the referee's been very good. His communication has been very good. They've checked the right things. Very, very few complaints from my side. Now another rolling Moya from the box there on the right-hand side of the pitch on the 22. It's a bit messy. This might be turnover ball, Yoshi Yankees, no, it's available. Luat Diaga has just dropped that forward. So now Mario Toja's on the ball. Daniel Pearson says, honestly, this is South African fitness on point. Played like we did in the World Cup. Best defense in the world, in my opinion. Well, definitely close to it. It's a good kicking behind there. Damien Delinde, it's very, very good tracking back. And Damien Phillips is there to help out at rack time. Malcolm Marks is back there. It helps to have nice and mobile front row. Trevor's class is not even playing his preferred position. You can't, as I said, you can't hate on Big Trev. Will we get a video from the Lions camp now? I doubt it. It'll be interesting, but I doubt it. Right, Hershey Yankees from the middle of the park going up. Ches and Colby chasing hard. Kind of Merva spills a bit backwards, so Ali Price has got it. He sends it out to Owen Farrell, but there's not enough time. Then he goes out wide to Willemse, up on Anthony Watson. He gets away from it, and Willemse. Franco Mostert grabs his ankles. Really good stuff from Franco Mostert. Could be auditioning for the number 7 jersey next week, actually. Could Franco Mostert. Malcolm is starting now over that ball. Almost stole it. Has he stolen it? Yep, it's been turned over. Malcolm is starting. Well, that's what he's there for. Now Damon Delinde just stabs it straight into touch. Bit strange from him. You needed a minute to wind down. It's too late, though. It's too late. Nice facial, Allen Jones. Yeah, I mean, Allen Jones, you can see, he looks like he's been in the wars, and he has. Box team is coming together now, and fitness is improving 100%. Ben was no nonsense. He did not allow Allen Jones to whine. Grant Swartz, I think this ref has been very good considering the pressure he's been on. Well, I said on Thursday that if there's one person I would not want to be in the world this weekend, it would have been Ben O'Keefe. But he stood up. He's been very good. He hasn't let the occasion to get to him. His communication's been very good. It's a bit of a masterclass, really. When the box under pressure, we play our best, 100%, 100%. As I said, when you put the box in a corner, and when they're up and everything's going to go against them, that's when they'll stand up and they'll do what they need to do. So I'm just going to pin the player ratings link. I think I have actually. Yeah. So that's the link. Go and rate the players. We're going to be live in about 10 minutes. So we can go live, and we're going to talk about the player race, stuff like that. We'll also have the press conferences from Warren Gatland and from Jacques Nienaber as well. We'll have those up tonight. I won't go to bed without posting them. Don't worry. So you can look forward to those as well. But the big thing next is the player ratings will be live 8:25. Come and hang out. It's much better from Pollard. He nails the penalty straight through, 27 points to 9. And that's full time. Come on! We've got a final, ladies and gentlemen. It goes to match number 3. Brilliant second off effort from the box. Proper stuff. That's why they're world champions. The response, up against it, all the off-field ball noise. You had to come up and back up the performance, and they did. Brilliant stuff. Nakanya with the try. Makazoloma Pimpy, brilliant stuff from him. Sia Khaleesi, really good from him. But it's just a great performance. Look, the British and Irish Lions were very good in the first half. It was a really, really good game. And the only thing we can say is that we are in for an absolute cracker next week. You people are amazing. You guys are my men of the match, men and women of the match. Thank you for subscribing. I mean, we're now chasing 3,600 rather than 3,500. This has been one of the biggest streams we've ever done, despite having all those technical glitches at the beginning. So thank you so much. We'll see you guys in 10 minutes for the player ratings. Go grab a beer. Go and get rating. And I'll see you guys then. Thank you very much for watching. Stay safe, and I'll chat to you guys in just 10 minutes.